When I tell y'all this is like take 77, hello. This is going to be a very real podcast episode. You're going to hear dogs in the background. The background is crazy because I'm currently moving out of my office and I didn't even get myself all the way together yet before turning on this camera. But in my last take of doing this in my last attempt to record this episode, I kept trying to all right, I'm time to put it on. I was just exhausted. And I think a lot of times we see people when they've arrived, and then we see the flashbacks. They're posting while they're in the things that they've worked for. We see them post pictures and snippets from the past, but we don't see it during while we are also going through our own journey and our own challenges. So I said, you know what, I don't want to be that person that you don't see the process. Because I wish I had more people that I was seeing do the process with me and walking this journey with me. And so you going to see me today. Y'all are seeing me put on the earrings. You're hearing the dogs in the background because I had to bring them to work with me. It's not always going to be perfect. The situation, the circumstances, the setup is not always going to be perfect. Your makeup isn't always going to be an A+. Your earrings might look a little lopsided sometimes. You might not have that energy and you want to come on, hey, da-da-da-da-da. While I do want to encourage, inspire, and uplift people and help people heal and challenge you to become your best self, I also don't want to I don't want people thinking that, oh, something's wrong with me because I can't turn it on as soon as the camera comes on. That is what's wrong with people's mental health today, is that we keep seeing people turn on. You don't know. This is just to be 110%, $1.50 plus 99 with you. 15, maybe 20 minutes, because I kept retaking, about 15, 20 minutes ago, was having a breakdown. And at first I was trying to pull it in. All right, let's go. You gotta, show up. And my body was like, why are you making us do this? Slow down. We need a minute. I said, okay. And actually, if you don't have a pet, I recommend it, because my homegirl Zara, she be knowing. So as I'm trying to get myself together, I feel these little paws on my leg just bring me back to the present moment. And as I look down at her, because she always, without fail, when I'm having a moment, just, it's like, hey mama. And it reminded me, it is okay to slow down. It is okay to not be perfect. As I was telling you guys a few episodes ago, it was kind of like the precursor to this. There are gonna be times where showing up as your best self, it does not mean everything is perfect and in perfect order, right? Showing up as your best self is the best self that you can be today. And me recording this video is me showing up as the best self that I can be today, right? And so I take my moment. I go get some Starbucks because I needed something sweet, and it helped, but it was still heavy with me. And as I took a moment, I didn't want to hear a sermon, and I had my mentor and one of my good friends, both of them were sending me sermons because they kind of, wanted to encourage me and offer me inspiration and also reminded me of the bigger picture. And I appreciated it, and it wasn't helping. And I want to normalize that for people who you are on your mental health walk and you're also dealing with your spiritual growth. There are going to be times when a sermon may not help and the verse may not connect with you. But let me tell you something. I turned on my music because I was like, I actually don't want to hear people talking right now. I'm tired of hearing people talk to me right now. I just need and I hit my gospel, it's called Gospel Jump playlist. I might make it public, so if you guys want to listen to it, you can go to my YouTube channel, go under my playlist tab, and you'll see the playlist that I have public. And the first song that like comes up is a song that I don't even know it, and I don't even know all the words other than the chorus, and it's kind of like trending right now. It's like, I have decided to follow Jesus. I have decided to follow Jesus. I have decided to follow Jesus. No turning back, no turning back, right? Hopefully you know that trend. I'll try to remember to put it in the caption below. But anyway, as I automatically just feel my head moving, and you know, dance was my first love before psychology, so I'm like starting to move, and the rhythm, and it's connecting, and my spirit is being lifted. This is why I'm such a huge supporter of not everything needs these intense, harsh medications. Like if I was to go to another psychiatrist with how I've been feeling lately, they'd be like, girl, let's get you on some medicine to, you know, help you ease the pain. Let's, you know, recommend some Zoloft and all that. No. I needed some music. And while everything's not, you know, all right, I know it will be. It gave me more hope. And just listening to the beat, I don't even know what he was saying, but it was like, And that is what music therapy can do for you. And this episode isn't about music therapy, and I'm not like promoting any particular, you know, organization or anything like that. I'm just saying music therapy can be beneficial for times like this. If you are finding yourself where the motivational videos aren't working and the sermons aren't hitting, and you've been talking to people and the feedback and advice they're giving is just not doing it for you, and it feels like, who do I talk to right now? Nobody gets it. And then you turn to God and you feel like, God, I can't even hear you right now. And then you do feel like you get a word from him, but then you're questioning, did you hear him right? It's okay. It's okay. Nothing is wrong with you. You're not losing your mind. You are not crazy. You're not sinful just because like everything gospel or everything Christian isn't changing how you feel. Your feelings are still real. And there are going to be times where maybe it's gospel music, maybe it's just a hip-hop playlist, maybe it's R&B, maybe it's silence, maybe it's going outside and just sitting outside for a minute. Maybe that's the thing that you need. Find what that thing is. It is okay for you to allow yourself to take a moment. And also, to clarify, I'm not saying just do anything. If it's harming your body and your spirit, it's going against your values and your morals, don't do it. But if it's something that is healthy for you, something that has been beneficial, something that helps alleviate and some of the anxiety and helps you focus more, like music, like being outside, like exercise, like movement therapy, like yoga, like being around a pet. If you don't have an ESA, I encourage you to get one. ESA, emotional support animal. There are, if art therapy is your thing, do that. Photography, whatever it might be, it's okay to have those outlets. Now, as I'm going through a lot of transitions right now, my office looks a mess. I'm trying to keep it together. I'm trying to stay consistent. And I'm also trying to protect my coins, save my coins, invest my coins. Like all these different areas of wellness in my life. There's 8 dimensions of wellness. Each one has something going on right now, and I'm just like, oof, this is overwhelming. There are going to be times where it's overwhelming, and you're not going to be perfect. And stop beating yourself up for not being perfect and not getting it right every single time. When you on and you ready and things have stabilized and you've healed yourself and you've worked on yourself, listened to your body, then you go ahead and smash it. You go ahead and knock it out of the park. But if you're not there right now, don't punish yourself even more for that. There are times where I see people who life has just been really cruel and they've gone through a lot of things, and then they start beating themselves up even more because they feel like, oh man, I'm not doing this and I should be doing that and da da da. And a lot of times when we really look at what's going on, it's the voices of other people that are impacting them. It's what people said they should be doing, or what should work, or what should happen, or where they should be. Stop shoulding yourself and stop allowing other people to should you. Where did God tell you to be? Where do you hear God's voice calling you? If you're not hearing God's voice, or you feel like you aren't sure what God is saying, that's even more reason to just be still. Just like a GPS, if you still long enough, it'll repeat itself. It's annoying as heck, but it'll repeat itself. And if you make a wrong turn, it'll tell you, you turn at the next da-da-da-da-da-da, right? So trust the process that you're in. Trust the journey that you're on. I'm working towards being everything that I feel God calling me. Sometimes I'm like, God, the calling that's on my life, I'm trying to trust that it is for me. If I'm being real, there's moments where I'm like, it's like, who am I to think that? And I'm like, no. We're going to have faith, because what faith is sometimes you do look delusional. Sometimes you do look overly positive. And sometimes you just have a little breakdown and you just crying it out. And if your body needs to do that, do that. So I hope this helps or resonates with somebody. And I hope that you have a good day. And I hope that you give yourself permission to feel your emotions, to cry if you feel like you've been trying to push through and keep it together. Let it go. Let it go. I want to give you permission. If you won't give it to yourself, I give you permission to forgive yourself. I give you permission to not be perfect. I give you permission to not try to keep up with Joneses. Like, focus on what it is that you need right now. What are your priorities? Maybe you need to take a minute and write down your priorities. And a lot of people might be saying you can't do something. What did God say to you? And what has helped me also is a lot of these cliche statements we hear, they sound good, but where is the sound doctrine behind it? And a lot of times, when I look back at people in the Bible, because there's so much we can, obviously we learn a lot from what Jesus taught. And when you look and study the people, there's so much that God is revealing, because it wouldn't be there if God didn't want us to know it and learn something from it. And I believe that sometimes when we look, if we use the characters in the Bible more as real life examples, and the people that we watch on YouTube and all that, if we looked at them in that way, realizing that they were here, they did exist, we would find ourselves feeling a whole lot more connected and validated in some of the things that we are feeling but also believing for. And as I look back at different milestones in my life, it's often where I'm like, okay, where in the Bible can I find someone who ever felt this way? Or was it ever expressed this way? And sometimes it's not the exact wording, but the same sentiment is there. And when I tell you that, it's so validating to see, like, okay, I'm not crazy. Or sometimes like, oh, okay, I was wrong. But now I know that I'm wrong, and I can redirect, course correct, and get headed in the right direction. So I just spoke from my heart. I didn't have a plan for this episode. I didn't have a title for this episode. I just was like, say something, Diamond, that is gonna help somebody. So I hope that this helps you. And if nothing else, remember, having faith helps. I know that's not my slogan, but I feel like I need to input having before that. Having faith helps. Have a good day.